Title: The Forgotten Mansion. In the heart of the dense woods stood an abandoned mansion, its once grand facade now weather-beaten and draped in ivy. Legends whispered of its haunting, of spirits that roamed its halls, and of a darkness that clung to its every corner. Few dared to venture near, but curiosity often beckoned the brave. One stormy night, a group of friends gathered around a crackling fire, swapping tales of the supernatural. Among them was Sarah, a skeptic who scoffed at the notion of ghosts and ghouls. But when her friends proposed a dare to spend the night in the forsaken mansion, she couldn't resist the challenge. With flashlights in hand, they ventured into the woods, guided only by the faint glow of the moon. The wind howled through the trees, and the branches whispered secrets of the past. As they approached the mansion, a sense of foreboding washed over them. The door creaked open with a deafening groan, revealing a darkness that seemed to swallow the light. Sarah's friends hesitated, but she pressed on, determined to prove her fearlessness. They explored the mansion room by room, their footsteps echoing through the empty halls. As the night wore on, strange things began to happen. Shadows danced in the corners of their vision, and whispers echoed through the halls. Sarah brushed them off as tricks of the mind, but unease settled in her chest like a weight. In the dim light of a flickering candle, they stumbled upon a locked door hidden in the depths of the mansion. Intrigued, they searched for a key, their curiosity overpowering their fear. Finally, they found it hidden beneath a loose floorboard. With trembling hands, Sarah unlocked the door, revealing a staircase that descended into darkness. Against her better judgment, she led the way, her friends close behind. The air grew colder with each step, and the whispers grew louder, like a chorus of lost souls. At the bottom of the staircase, they found themselves in a forgotten chamber, its walls adorned with eerie symbols and faded tapestries. In the center of the room stood a pedestal, upon which rested a tarnished mirror. Sarah approached it cautiously, her reflection warped and twisted in its surface. As she reached out to touch the mirror, a voice whispered in her ear, chilling her to the bone. "Do you dare to see the truth?" it asked, sending shivers down her spine. Without hesitation, she nodded, her curiosity overpowering her fear. The mirror shimmered, and suddenly, Sarah found herself standing in a different place entirely. The mansion was gone, replaced by a desolate landscape shrouded in darkness. She called out to her friends, but there was no response, only the echo of her own voice. Panic set in as she realized she was alone, trapped in this strange realm with no means of escape. The darkness closed in around her, suffocating her with its oppressive weight. She stumbled through the darkness, desperate to find a way out. But the more she searched, the deeper she seemed to sink into the darkness. Shadows danced around her, twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes. She could feel eyes watching her from the shadows, their gaze filled with malice. Just as she began to lose hope, a faint light appeared in the distance, drawing her towards it like a moth to a flame. With renewed determination, she pressed on, ignoring the whispers that echoed through the darkness. As she drew closer to the light, she realized it was coming from the mirror, its surface shimmering with an otherworldly glow. Without hesitation, she reached out and touched it, willing it to return her to the world she knew. The mirror shimmered once more, and suddenly, Sarah found herself back in the abandoned mansion. Her friends gathered around her with looks of concern. They had feared the worst when she vanished before their eyes. With trembling hands, Sarah recounted her ordeal, her words filled with a sense of urgency. But her friends dismissed it as a trick of the mind, a side effect of spending the night in the haunted mansion. But Sarah knew the truth. She had glimpsed the darkness that lurked within the mansion, and she knew that it hungered for more than just her fear. As they fled the mansion and returned to the safety of their homes, she couldn't shake the feeling that the darkness was still out there, waiting for its next victim. And so, the legend of the abandoned mansion lived on, a warning to all who dared to tread its halls. For in the heart of the darkness, there are secrets best left undisturbed.